Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. Today I'm going to continue working on this Druchii character, the last one of the 10 that I was commissioned to create. I double checked my Photoshop, or my tablet working in Photoshop today, to make sure that I won't have a repeat of yesterday's problems, and restarting my PC did seem to resolve it. Whatever it was, I don't know what was causing it, but it's working now. All my settings are back to normal. So I've got Photoshop, I've got Lazy Nezumi Pro to help me out. And yesterday, despite the issues I was having, I was able to finish all the flat base color for this character. I'm still not... hi Bear. If you heard a meow, that was Bear. Oh, he got up on my leg. Oh, Barry, no. He tried to climb up on me. But, I'm still not sure about this blue color with the red. But I don't want to keep messing around with the colors. I want to move on to shading. And then after shading is done, then I'll look at the colors again. Because the shading could make a difference in how the colors end up looking. So I'm going to start on the bottom layer for shading. That's the skin layer. So I need to copy this color. And then choose a darker one. Oh, you know what? No, I don't want to do it this way. I gotta start over. Oh, I'm still so tired. I forgot to make a new layer to work on. I looked at my Fitbit a little bit ago. I was adding in my water that I've drank so far today. And then I saw how much sleep I got. It doesn't surprise me because I laid in bed for 2 hours, doing my best to let myself naturally fall asleep. I was not trying to force myself to sleep. I was just trying to lay in bed and not do anything, just be relaxing. And eventually I just gave up because it wasn't working. I just kept being awake. So I got up and I stayed up on my phone for like another hour. I found some game on my phone to play, and that eventually actually started making me tired. So I was able to fall asleep quickly after that. I think also I was getting really cold. But in the end, according to Fitbit, I only got less than 4 hours of sleep. And that explains why I was so utterly exhausted earlier today. We woke up, and I like to do my workout first thing in the morning. So I decided last night that I wanted to take my dog for a walk for this morning's workout. But as soon as we got back, I was just, well, for one, I was super cold. Could not warm up. And then I started getting super tired. So I decided to just set an alarm until I needed to stream so that I could try to sleep some more. And I ended up taking a 2-hour nap, and it took me forever to get warm too. Like, I was just completely under the blankets. I was in a robe. I was in my clothes, in a robe, under multiple blankets, and I just could not get warm. And eventually I did, and eventually I fell asleep. But Fitbit, although it did detect my nap, sometimes when I take a nap it doesn't detect it because I have the heart rate monitor thing. But even with that, I still got less than 6 hours of sleep total today. So I just really don't feel, awake. Like, my brain is not awake. Like, I can't even think of anything to say to fill a quiet. Can't wait till we can start sleeping in our sleep number bed again. Once we moved into our new house and can get that set up. Because that bed was awesome. I was sleeping amazing in that bed. But not anymore. Oh. Just can't fall asleep at all, and then I'm tired all day. So it's sort of like makes it worse, because then I end up taking a nap a lot of the time now. Starting last week, I think the sleep debt got so high that I couldn't help taking naps again, and I worked so hard for the last few months to stop taking naps, because if I can resist that temptation, then I can sleep good overnight usually. But since I haven't been sleeping good overnight, even with not taking naps, it's like it's impossible now. It's impossible to resist. It's probably for the best though, because I need sleep. So whether it's from a nap or what, I need to sleep. Hopefully I don't come back to this tomorrow and be like, what was I thinking? Why did I color it like that? Hopefully I'm not that tired that everything is looking good now, and then tomorrow I have to redo it all or something. I'll just leave that. Did I get this part? I think I did. So glad my tablet's back to normal today. Okay, let's make a separate layer. Highlighting. Group it. Maybe the longer I work on this, the more I'll wake up. Because I actually took a split nap. First I took a nap until I needed to do my social media post announcing that I would be live streaming in an hour. And that's as long as I intended to sleep at first. But I was so just utterly exhausted still, just totally groggy. When I made that post, I was like sleepwalking, practically. I was just that tired. I just set an alarm on my phone after that and went right back to bed. So my point was, I just woke up. Half an hour before starting this stream, I woke up. Guess that's alright for that, but I also want to do, as with everyone else, because that's just what I like to do for my humanoid characters, a blush layer. For these type of characters, since they're not my characters, and since the owners are clearly wanting a more traditional look as far as fantasy stuff goes, I'm not making the blush super big or anything. In fact, I'm keeping it mostly around the eyes, just a little, almost like just eye makeup instead of actual blush. Oh, you know what? I need to make this a, turn the hardness all the way down, make it a nice soft brush. Let's also make it bigger. Yeah, that looks super cool. I just love that look. Like a red-eared slider turtle. Of course, what I like, here I'll show you. What I really like is more something like this, and then you make it, not exactly like that, but some huge, like that. Oh yeah. And then, you know, erase a little bit up here, fix it up nice. I like putting it really heavy, but like I said, these are not my characters. I was commissioned to make these, and they don't mention anything about this in their character descriptions. So this is my artistic license. Now what I want to do is take the opacity down a little bit. How does this look farther away? Yeah, it looks cool. I like it. Now the next layer is the eye whites. This is a tiny layer, so I'm just gonna lock the pixels No need to make separate layers for this, just be careful. Now the irises, they're also small, so let's just work on this. Single layer. It's supposed to have icy blue eyes. I need to give them pupils. Oh, you know what? I'm still using this soft brush. Not that big of a deal for this small little area, but it's not what I wanted to do. Demonocron, I agree with you. But unfortunately, modern society is built around the 8 hours. I have thought so many times if I didn't have to worry about that, I would just sleep when I felt sleepy, get up and do stuff, sleep when I felt sleepy. That's what I naturally want to do. But can't just do that, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not feeling any more awake. Come on, self. Hopefully these are looking icy. Maybe I need to. I wonder if I've made his pupils too big. Take a little bit away. Because the really big pupils make things look cute. And this guy is not supposed to look cute. Okay, that's a bit better. Take a little. Ah, no, why did you do this? No, no. Oh yeah, hydration has been awful for me recently too. They say, like, when I see the 8 hours a day thing, I'm like, it's like, ha 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 ha. That's like, that's not even the minimum for me to feel good. Eight glasses of water. Did I say 8 hours? Anyway, 8 glasses of water a day thing. Yeah, no way. That is so little water. I need to drink. I always get the total number wrong, but I need to drink 4 32-ounce bottles a day of water. That's outside of any other kind of drink. Just to feel physically good. And I've been doing such a bad job. And recently, I mean, it's probably nothing, but I've been getting a sharp pain in my left back, like toward the side, and I'm like, I hope I'm not developing a kidney stone. Like, I don't have any other problems, so I don't think I am, but it's like that's how little water I've been drinking recently. It's normally not so hard, but everything right now is tough because of living in a borrowed space. Oh yeah, that's awful. You should keep a water bottle by your workstation. I'm saying that my water bottle, there's no way I can drink from it right now. Okay, I'm going to zoom out and see. It's looking pretty good. Something about this eye. Yep, ever since the pain started in my back this week. I mean, it could be from, I did body pump class, which is a weightlifting class, on Monday morning. And maybe I actually just strained a muscle or something in my back. Because I've been trying to work on, so they obviously go in groups, muscle groups. So I've been trying to work on my back so that I can start lifting heavier weights for my legs, because right now my upper body isn't strong enough to safely lift the bar over, even with proper technique, to lift the amount of weight that I can handle on my legs. So like, I need my upper body stronger so that I can start improving my lower body. So maybe I just went too far with that. But I've also been drinking a lot since then. I almost hit my goal yesterday. So today, I think I can do it. Like, I've been filling multiple bottles up at the beginning of the day, not just one, so that they're all ready to go. I don't think I need to do anything with the eye shine layer. Okay, hair layer. Oh, that's a good idea. Hydration salt. I have this mineral additive. Oops, I already made a new layer. Mineral additive stuff that I forgot about until you said that. So maybe I'll add that to my next bottle of water that I fill, because I haven't been using that either. And on days I work out, I try to have one of my 32-ounce bottles have a serving of that in it. Oh, thank you for the compliment. This art is interesting because I did the lines years ago. And I'm only now getting to coloring it. Let's see. His hair is only here, so let's pick a shading color first. Let's see. His face is in shadow here, so definitely the rest of his hair is going to be. Let's bring it all the way down. The way it goes back like this. Okay. So I've got this line here. It makes it look like this is gonna have a little bit of its own shadow right there. Now I'm gonna start getting some smaller lines for strokes of hair. I wonder if maybe I should do some big strokes coming from out of here, because this is too hard of a shadow right here. Right there. Now we'll go back to littler ones. Guess I'm not following exactly the same shadow pattern as the rest of the characters that I've done so far, because just the angle of his face, the way it's tilted like this, I just felt like shading as if the light was coming from the side rather from straight above. So I'll just keep going with it. Just do the rest of the shading like that. Okay, another darker color. I think that's good for the shading. Let's do some highlights. Now, we'll see how that looks. With the highlights, I always like to do an even smaller brush. Oh yeah, that's good. That's pretty good, I think. It's looking nice and shiny. Maybe a little bit coming from the back here. Oh yeah. Just a bit. And a couple stray catching the light. And this shadowy spot here. I actually don't like this one. Let's make it smaller. There, that's better. And one down here. And what the heck, let's do a little, little one right there. Yay, I think that's good. Okay, I want to save real quick. I've got his whole head done now. Don't want to lose my work. Now onto his robes. And I think I got the colors. I'm good with the reds now. Still not sure about these blues, but I'm definitely good with the 3 different shades of red. Oops, why did I choose that? Because I'm tired, that's why. I totally clicked the wrong thing. Okay, there. This dark red. And shadow color. Okay. I don't know why. I like to start at the bottom when I do shading. So this whole thing is definitely going to be in shadow right here. Just going to do it haphazardly, then I can clean up the edges. Or, since the way I drew this fabric with this really round edges, I think I'll actually keep this and continue to make more shadow for this fabric to make it look like it's really thick or something like that. If that makes sense. Because if it had had really pointy edges here, then it would have looked more thin. But giving it that big round point or whatever just makes it look like thick fabric. Thick plush like velvet or something. I'm going around that. You gotta get all these folds and stuff. I think maybe I'll do better with a larger brush. Oh, no. Yeah, bigger brush, definitely helpful. Refine some of these. Now, if the light is coming from this side, I think there wouldn't be much extra shadow. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe if this is curving out like this, and maybe this one's curving down like this, so that would probably have more shadow. What about up here? Do a little bit more here. And where this is covering here, let's add some more shadow. Because if the light's coming from up here and down, it's definitely going to be casting a shadow from this piece of armor. But it probably is getting in between this piece and this piece. Okay, other side. And this side will be a lot more shaded. In fact, I think I'll go really big. Just go like this. This is the shadow just from his body. If the light's hitting the other side. In fact, this is all going to be, and most of this there. Yeah, this thing is going to be casting a lot of shadow. This weird armor thing. Maybe the light's getting in under here, but this is a fold, so that's why this is in shadow. And yeah, I think that's good. But let's smooth this one right here. Smooth this shadow a little bit. And maybe erase this a little bit. No, I liked it better. I liked it better like that, actually. Okay, so I do want to erase a little bit into the shadow now, because I think that like right here would probably be catching some light. Maybe not that much. Let's try it over. Let's zoom out. I think that looks pretty good. So let's move upwards. Make sure I'm on the paintbrush. So this gloved hand is on the same layer. What is this? I am noticing a little protrusion. Actually, what it is a lack of the armor color on the black armor layer. I just keep missing little things like that. Well, at least I keep finding them. Hopefully by the end I won't have any more missed spots. Okay, so I think probably most of this hand, it's either going to be shadowed by this sword or by the armor that's on the hand itself. So his finger's wrapping underneath, so that should be casting a shadow. And this is a knuckle, so shadow from the knuckle itself. And now the hand is just pointed down, so it won't be catching any light anyway. Okay, that's good. Next, what's the next thing? Probably these elbows. Elbow arm areas. So it's got this curved armor with the light coming down like this. It's going to be all shaded. Since it's so close to this line, I'm not going to leave a little extra line right there. I'm just going to fill it all the way in. And I'll leave this part. But I will put a little bit of dark so that they look like the same. So that you can still tell that it's supposed to be the same stuff back there. Now, this again is probably going to be almost completely in shadow because of all the armor, because of the placement of the arm. Ah, what is this? Another misty spot. Okay, let's go to the robes. Oh, that's too big. Wow. I thought I was tired today. Oh, okay. There, fix that. What's next? I think just his neck. Oh, no, his armpits. Well, one of them is exposed. That definitely needs some shading. So right here for sure. And all here where the breastplate is casting a shadow. And here because of these wrinkles in the fabric. Back here because the light just wouldn't be hitting this far back behind him. Let's take it all the way. So I'm letting these shadows stay hard because it's a cast shadow from these hard lines of the armor for the most part. I'm going to round these corners only on the one side. There. Now, time for his neck. See. So glad my tablet is working today. It's so nice to be able to quickly change the brush size without having to reach for my mouse. He's just got so much armor stuff. I think there's not actually going to be that much light getting in to his neck. He's got these huge things here, and so maybe some light's coming in right here, like under his chin, but still, there's all this other stuff around. Ooh! Yeah, it looks good. Okay, let's save it real quick. Then we can get a darker shadow color. And I'm just going to fill this whole back part in with the dark color. Oh, dang it, I didn't want to go outside the lines. Okay, we got to zoom in. Zoom in a little bit further. Guess I'm feeling a little more awake now. Definitely feel like I can focus on this now. Let's just do that whole part. I'll zoom out. I think I like that. I think that's enough down there. Yeah. There's not really anywhere that particularly needs. Maybe I'll do a little bit more dark here. No, that's too much. I'll just do this part. Tiniest little thing right here. Okay. Aw, thank you, Demonocron. These are the most complicated characters I've ever designed. I actually don't do very much character design, but I had a friend of a friend asked me to design his characters, and then when this group of role players saw what I did for him, they asked me to do theirs. I had to do a lot of research because they didn't have any like art already made for them. Like, this is the first time these characters have ever been drawn. So I'm gonna put them all together once I'm done on the same sheet together so that they can all be seen together, since they're all from the same roleplay group. They're in the same story together. How's that? Yay! Okay, happy with that. I'm not going to do any highlighting on this layer because I like the idea of having it like a velvety type of fabric. Since he's supposed to be a noble, you would have like fancy fabric, and that doesn't have as much highlight as some other types of fabric would. So now it's time for the black armor. Need to make a shading layer, group it, and copy armor color. Pick an even darker color. And start at the bottom again. These shoes are really going to be in shadow because of this robe hanging down. And then the cloak in the back is preventing light from coming in. Still have a bit of a hard time with the feet, but I think that it also doesn't help that I drew this at a lower skill level, a past self drawing, so I didn't indicate as well where stuff should be shaded anyway using my line work. Dang, this little keyboard tray keeps squeaking because I keep hitting it with my leg. big one. That. A little more shadow here. Do a couple hatching lines there. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Okay, this thing. So this is the side of his body that'll be in shadow, but this will also be adding more. So this whole part right here is definitely going to be completely in shadow. And then this curves like this, so maybe it curves outwards like this so that it can fit over his side of his body. And there's this line here where the top part of the armor, the top piece is overhanging this bottom stuff. And this will be casting a shadow onto that one. Now what to do with this? The light's coming from somewhat in front but off to the side. Actually wouldn't be too much in shadow. Maybe I'll try what I did with the shield from a couple characters ago that had the same situation and just add a few lines. Just to make it more interesting looking so it's not just plain. I think that also gives it a look like it's metal, because it is supposed to be metal. Black metal. What else? What else? Right here. This little pointy curve right here. Yeah, this little shadow right there. Okay, I did too much. I have to go out a little further. There. There. So the light's coming like this. Let's actually shade this whole part right here, because these little ornamental, or no, he said ceremonial. These little ceremonial swords probably cast in their own shadows. I'm just going to color it all in though, because there's already so many lines here. Line. I don't want to add more lines to this area from just the shading. So I'm just going to fill the whole thing in. Now this part, I imagine this guard on the top of his hand sort of curves, but it's mostly facing away from the light source. Oops, that a little bit. And this is pretty much all in the light source, so I'll just leave that for the highlight layer. And all this stuff should be dark because of the way his arm is turned. that's good. Okay, now this arm. I don't want to do too much shading here, because even though it is on this side of his body, there will be just, because I'm assuming he's being lit by something like the sun, so there will be ambient light, so it won't be completely in shadow even though it's on the opposite side. Now that I'm putting in shadow just because it's so close under here, and that will make it look like it's underneath this, which it is. And here I want a big shadow to show how far apart these are. So here we've got, it's probably going to be ambient light like with this. This is overhanging it, but it's so spiky. The spikes are so thin that it probably won't be casting anything like really hard onto this next layer. Maybe I'll just do it kind of, I gotta clean it up to see if that looks good. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a round. Just make it round. Clean that up. I gotta turn on the dark background. It's getting hard to see. It's so much harder to see these dark colors dark on dark when it's a really bright white background like that. Okay, next, well, this cloak will definitely be casting some shadow here. And the way this is shaped, this needs some shadow. I just had a feeling like, wow, it got really dark. Because I changed the background. Changing the background, it was like the feeling of when the sun suddenly is hidden by clouds. Missed a little spot there. Okay, so light's going to be hitting this pretty full on, but I'm just going to do a little bit right here, where the metal would be curving under to become the other side of the metal. Let's get a smaller brush into a little one right here too. I want this to show that this is a raised piece of metal on top of another piece of metal. So do a little shadow from this jewel. And the way this one is, I don't think you'd see much. Maybe right here. Oh, really hard to tell. Let's add a little more shadow next to this cloak. Yeah, that's good. Now this thing right here is going to be pretty much all in shadow because it's this hard, flat piece of metal. And it's like completely opposite of the light source. let's make this. So I'm leaving a little bit of light here to show an edge, or I'm leaving a little bit unshaded to show an edge. But where this comes out like this, because it's sort of turning out, I'm taking some of that light away. And I'm going to take some away here where it connects. Okay, let's move on to his torso. Let's get a bigger brush and also zoom out a little bit. So I'm going to be careful about this thumb. Probably going to end up filling it in if I'm not careful, and I want it to. So by not filling it in, that'll help it stand out in front and show that it is in front of this armor. Make sure not to accidentally fill it in. And I also wanted to make sure to use the shadows to emphasize this cool, like, curvy, sharp design on his chest. Show that that is like raised up. It is raised. It's not just engraved or something like that. But his whole side of his body, like right here, is probably going to be a shadow. Okay, I'm just going to do it haphazardly, and then I'm going to fix this, the thumb. Go in and fix the thumb. It's just so nice when the pressure sensitivity works. Yesterday was awful. I wonder if I should do, maybe I'll just do a couple hatching lines right there to show that this is also its own. So this is the shape of the pecs, and it's a different curve than the rest of the torso here. I need to make this eraser smaller. There. So we really want to get this part precise so that you can see these cool curves standing out. This one to curve more sharply here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this one. This will be casting a little shadow, although I think it'll be bigger at the top because this gem is going to be taller at the top. I guess I should add a little bit of shadow on this part. To show that this raised area is casting a shadow of its own. I just didn't want too much shadow because then I think it will get lost. These black lines will get lost. I mean, it's already so dark they might be getting lost anyway, but Okay, I'll leave this here because there's so much going on here. I'm just going to leave this background color just one color. Now, how to do this side. Don't need as much shadow as on the other side that I just finished. Because this is closer to the light source. Demonocron, that is exactly how I felt yesterday. I was like, I feel like someone switched me out like to Crayolas or something. Like you're trying to color with fine artist colored pencils and then no, you get waxy Crayolas instead. That is exactly how I felt. I somehow managed to work through it, but I wish I knew why my tablet sometimes misbehaves. It just randomly, it'll be fine for months. It had been fine for months and months and months, and then yesterday it just did not want to cooperate. I had been thinking that it seemed worse than ever, because usually when that happens I just go ahead and restart my PC. But I was already streaming by then and I didn't want to interrupt my stream. So that was the first time I tried to work through it. Let's see, I don't think that'll have that much shadow actually. So we'd see shadow from this line, but not from this line, because that would mean there's no light source coming from this way, and there's not. Okay. Oh, this arm. It's a little small area, so I'm just going to do something really simple. Nothing much important right here. Bear. If you hear meowing, that's Bear, my cat Bear. He's trying to get in my lap again, but I'm busy, Bear. Busy right now. No, I don't like that. I'm going to leave that unshaded so that it differentiates this arm from the chest. Yeah, it is a Wacom. It's a Cintiq, the monitor style kind. So it was weird because the only thing that wasn't working was the stylus part. The side buttons and everything else, all that was working. But anything related to stylus settings, and not even settings, just like basic things that the stylus should be able to do that has nothing to do with settings, just was not working. Oh, I guess I can work with that. Okay, I don't like this after all. I'm gonna erase that. Let's see, this is gonna have some shadow. Just to show that it's raised up. Oh, and a bunch of shadow here. Oops. No, I don't like that. Right there. Yeah. little shadow right here. And down here. Oh yeah, I think that's good. Well, let's zoom out and make sure. Yeah, he is so complicated. This character is so complicated. Adding the shadow is like emphasizing that, how much detail is in his armor and everything. Ooh-wee. I think that's good for how far I've gotten so far. So I still need to finish this stuff up by his head though. Oh, and I want to add a little more shadow right here. There. Now for this stuff. So probably some lights getting in right here, but below that I'm going to put into shadow. Oh, I do have windows. I've never thought about that though. That's a good idea. I'll look it up, and then that way if it happens again, I can fix the tablet and not have to worry about killing my stream. I guess in the past I've just always went ahead and restarted my computer because I so rarely restart it anyway. So I'm like, ah, well, it's a good opportunity. But it's really inconvenient right in the middle of a stream. Okay, back here, this is all going to be pretty much, yeah, let's see. Do the same thing, a little curve of light. Oh, no, that's too much. Oh. Yeah, do monochrome. If you tell me how, then I'll remember. Or if you give me a link or something, then I'll go to it. Thank you, Stressed Out Monk. And let's see, how would this... I think maybe my shading needs to go more straight down right here. And not follow this line. Because this line is this curve on the outside. This is the curve of the inside here. And yeah, if I can get shadow against this line, then it will stand out more. I'll just erase this whole thing right here. That whole little point. I'm really happy you folks are in the chat today, because that's really waking me up. This day that I've been more tired than ever, and the chat is actually going. So grateful. I've always found it easier to stay on task if I'm talking to someone while I work. It's one of the reasons why I thought to start live streaming. So back in the days of iming and stuff, I would always like just randomly message someone so that I could be talking to someone while I'm working. But those days are long gone. Maybe this would be more in shadow, because this thing is huge. I think this would be casting a huge shadow on this thing. I'm just calling them all this thing. I don't know what to call them. They're all the same to me, these big pointy things. Big pointy neck protecting things. Stressed out monkey, you remember? You remember the days of iming? Let's see, I'm gonna make this shadow curve more with the cloak right here. And cut this one away a little bit. Yay, that's good. So I'm going to add a little bit over here. So I like that right there on that side. On the left side, I need to try to speak more descriptively. This, that, there. There, now the left and the right side have a similar sort of shadow going on. And I think it makes sense. So that's good. I like this. Maybe this furthest back little neck thing. Neck thing, I don't know what to call it. I'm going to put this all the way in shadow. Maybe this should actually be... If you hear meowing, it's Bear again. I think he wants me to feed him again, but I fed him right before the stream, so he's gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait, boy. Okay, I want to mess with the shoes a little bit more. They weren't satisfying me at first, and they're still not satisfying me. Ow, Bear. You scratched my leg. Windows key and R key. Scroll down. Okay. Yeah, I can remember that. At the very least, I can copy your message and put it in a little, one of those little sticky notes. I have tons of those on my computer. Those digital sticky notes. Thank you, Demonocron. I'll try that after I finish this stream. Because I bet if I do it once, I'll remember. I will remember how. Then next time, I won't even have to look it up. Oh yeah, shading along these pointy things. Stressed out monk, I do have a couple, but I haven't drawn them in a long time. They're actually all like, they're not like OCs in that they're completely original to their own world. I find that so hard to do. I find it so hard to come up with my own worlds and stuff, but if I have a context in which to put them, then I totally come up with tons of them. So like the most recent one that I thought of, I don't usually draw them though. Maybe I should. The most recent one I thought of was for My Hero Academia. And I just thought of what kind of quirk my character would have, and I decided it would be an empathy quirk where her power is the power to make, or not make, but just So, you know, I was thinking of it in a crime setting, like someone feels no remorse for murdering a family or what, you know, like some horrible thing. She can use her quirk to make them feel how horrible the family feels. And yeah, then it's like, the problem is, it's not like she can tell who the bad people are. She just has the ability to make people feel other people's emotions and stuff. Like, I just thought of it in my head for a little while. Didn't really go anywhere with it. She doesn't even really have a visual design. I just know it's a girl because I always make girl characters because I'm a girl. Oh yeah, my husband plays D&D every week and he's always telling me about his characters. That's why I got into these commissions that I'm working on right now, is thanks to my husband's friend commissioned me to make some characters, and then these folks saw what I made and asked me to make their characters. And I really like bringing these characters to life from scratch. The only problem is it takes me so much longer to do a character like this, where it really is from scratch and there was no visual reference before. And it just takes so long because it's not just like looking at a picture and then drawing the character in a different way or something. You have to come up with the character in the first place. I'm just not liking this toe. I'm not liking the toe on this foot. Maybe I need to just come down like this. Okay, maybe once I add highlighting here to show these edges, then maybe I'll be happy with that foot. I'm pretty good with this one. Maybe I just need to do the same thing I did here. Let's see. Ah, this needs to be larger. It needs to be like that big. Dang, I just don't like that on that foot. Maybe there. I don't know what it is. Just not happy. Just not happy with this foot. Okay, I'm kind of liking it there. If I draw it all the way across. Okay. Okay, maybe this, and then I'll make this shadow come around. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna stick with that for now. I'm just looking to see if there's anywhere. Yeah, I do need to do a secondary shadow color, because right here on this side of his body, these are just completely dark, and there needs to at least be a shadow right here, because this one is on top of this one. So let's make it darker. Actually, let's copy this. Make sure I've got the right color. Queso. Queso. Alright, so this plate will be casting a shadow here. And then this plate casting a shadow down onto this one. I think that actually looks pretty good like that. Maybe a little bit more. But also, I think I will do a little shadow here because of this curvy point. Bring it all the way down so that when I do the red, I'll bring that shadow down onto there too. I don't think there's anywhere else that really needs extra shading, deeper shading. Maybe though, maybe on the shoes right here. Because this is on top of this one, which is on top of this one. So if I do some dark shading here, get that effect better. Now let's do it here too. So it's the same story. I'll switch back to this first shadow color. Oh sure, go ahead, stressed out monk. I'd like to see it. Okay, I'm done with the shading. Now time for a new layer. Highlighting, and group it. Oh hey, that's pretty cool. I love the hair on that, on your character. And it's interesting, the purple goes really well. Sometimes when I see purple and red together, I am like, eh. But that looks really good. So you draw your own monsters for the monsters and characters for your campaigns that you run? Let's see, copy this light color. Since this is metal, I'm going to go for a really bright color for the highlighting. Let's test it though. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Now, unlike shading, I like to start at the top for highlighting. I can't explain it, but I just always like to do that. Yeah, I like it. Move it there. I'm not going to do any back here because I want this to pop out, show that this is in front of this. Highlighting is always more fun because it's less, you don't have to be as precise, I feel, or something. It's just less stressful. No, stop popping that dang window up. Okay. Oh, good idea. I'm going to save. Thank you. I try to remember to save. Luckily, I've never lost anything so drastically, like power outage or something, and then it was like a day's work gone or something. But I have like accidentally saved, and I didn't want to, like when I'm resizing for like save for web or something like that, or I changed something just for a minute, but then I accidentally click yes when I close it and it gets saved. I'm like, no. But I think it's worse to not remember to save it all. Okay, I don't know about this one, because having this highlight here, I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Having this highlight here and this one here is just kind of confusing looking. Okay, let me take a look. Whoa, big image. I'll let that load. It's so big, it's taking a long time to load for me. I already like it though. It's only loaded like the top third. And let's see. I don't want to do too much over here. Okay, one right there to show that this is on top of this one. I'll do one right there. Right here on this thumb. That'll really make it stand out from the torso. Show that it's much farther in front than the torso. Ah, yes. So this armor is where I really wanted to make sure to use highlights. Oh, no. Sometimes it does that. Just wanted to... Yeah. So this stands out so it looks like it's a completely separate sheet of metal that's been attached to this bottom sheet. Wanted it to really stand out. That looks good. It's how I imagined. Yay! Now, where else? I want to zoom out. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything up top here. I'm going to save again, because I'm really liking this, so... Yeah, I think the blue jewels are looking better and better. I'm liking the blue more and more the more shading I get done, so I'm glad that I decided to stop messing with the color of those blues. Okay, I'm happy with the top, so I'm going to move down to the bottom half of the armor. Oops. No, I don't want to cover that. I just want to be right. Okay, I'm going to get a smaller brush. I want to be right in line with the shadow here. Ah. There. So I want to show that this isn't flat. This is curving around his body on the sides. Oh, I'm glad you like it too. It was really bothering me yesterday. It's like messing with it forever, messing with the colors. I think that's good. Maybe I'll make this one a little thicker. Taper it off more. And right there. Yeah. Yay. Yeah, I think the highlights I like more because you don't have to do as much to get that nice effect. Let's do right there. That really stands out now. But maybe I'm going to go to the shading layer real quick. And erase a line. So that it kind of looks like highlighting. But actually it's just a lack of shadow right there. So it kind of matches with this line. Okay, that's good. Back to the highlighting layer. Back to paintbrush. Now here I'm hoping I'll be more satisfied with this freaking foot. I do think I like that better. I'm gonna go back to the shading layer again. Oh, stressed out monk, your picture loaded and it looks awesome. Are those mushrooms? I love the red lines with the like green. That looks really cool, like yeah, having red lines with those really neon colors for the mushrooms. Oh yeah, I'm much happier with these shoes now. Let's zoom out. The only thing I think I want more highlight here. I need to go on the highlight layer again. Because this shoe is now really bright looking when I zoom way out. Because this one seems to be lacking, even though it should at least be as bright as the other one, I think. If I do like... Ugh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, maybe that's better. Zoom out. Well, it's looking good. You're doing a good job on that. Like, I think the mushrooms are my favorite part. Like, they just look so, they look so cushy. Like, I want to squeeze them. Okay, saving again, and then moving on to the red armor. Shading. Group it. And since I have all of the black armor done, it should be less thought required from me. Because I can just mostly follow the shading for the black armor and just make the red match. Not everywhere, but for the most part. Yay! Yay! This is completely in shadow. I'll only get a little bit of high. I won't eat them. I just squeeze them. Squeeze them and snuggle them. Now let's see. Let's make this brush big so I can make the same sort of line on here. Well, this isn't quite matching up here. Gotta match up. Okay, that's good enough. Oh, move on, move on. Went a little far out. There. Now, should I? Yeah, I'll just take this all the way up. I think. Well, it's kind of curving, so I'll do a little bit of a curved line. Oh yeah, yeah. That, and all the way up. Yeah, that looks fine. Now this one. Oh, would you look at this? I am missing these little points. These need to be in this shadow too. Hopefully, oh, nope, I did. I missed one here too. Nowhere else. Okay. Can I get this one? And bring it all the way down. Okay. It was just looking at it. I think that that's good. Something I want to do though. Oop, make that a little smaller. I want to make a little shadow on this part. Well, maybe not that much. Just to show that this has thickness to it. It's a sheet of metal, so it should have a little extra along the bottom. A little extra shadow. Right there. Cut that straight right there. Same thing here. Cut it down a bit toward the tip. There. Good. Good, 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 good. So we'll do the same thing on some of these curves here. The ones that are the opposite of the light source. That way it gives this more sense of depth instead of looking like sort of like a paper thin thing. It's supposed to be a perhaps decorative, but a plate of armor. So it needs to be kind of thick. Oh, I missed a spot right there. Got it now. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, moving up. Oh, wait, nope. Haha. That needs to be in shadow too. And right here. Yes. Yes, okay. A little bit right there. Okay, I don't want to forget this hand. Following the black shadows so that they look like they match. Okay, let me get a bigger brush now. Now here, gotta remember to both follow these shadows and also do the same sort of like edge shadow on this stuff. This is the part where I can't just follow. I can't just only follow what I've done with the black shadows. This is all in shadow though. Boop, 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 boop. Away it goes. Now this This will only have edge. Ah, no. Here, following it here. Ah, that's good. Moving over. Let's see. So maybe the tops of these pointy neck guard things will be highlighted. So I will use a tiny little bit of erasing to show that. Okay, stressed out monk, have fun. I only have about 12 minutes left in my streaming window. Let's see, this is completely in shadow right here. Well, I am going to erase a little bit. Let's see if his face is casting a shadow. The highlight on here would not come all the way up. Yay. Yay. That's good, that's good. Okay, now. What to do with this? I didn't put any of this in the shadow. Maybe I will just do one of these little lines that, oh, my line work is not even there. Just to give it something so that it's not boring right there. Okay, following these shadows. And then also adding these little thickness shadows. One right there. There. Okay, that's a little too thick. One right there. Yay. One right here. Oh, I think that's all. Maybe, yeah, I do need a darker color for the same area as before. Right here. Looking for anywhere else. I think I'm just going to do the same places. I'll do... No, I don't even really need any down on the shoes for an extra dark color for the red. Or, no, maybe I'll do right there. Oh, sure. I'll go to your channel after I'm done. That's what I did yesterday. I was just looking around for random channels to put on while I was doing other art stuff. So I'll see you on your channel in a bit. Yeah. No, I went too far. I was liking it, and then I wasn't liking it. There. There. No, not too far. It can't go where I didn't do extra dark on the black part. So that's good. I think. I don't think I really need any over here, except maybe right there. It's such a small detail, but since I'm down here anyway. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I don't have much time left for my stream window today, but I didn't do shadows for these. I want to give these a sense of place. How's that? Oh, yeah, there. Oh, I need the darker color for this one. So I'll go down and do this one. Okay, I'm going to do this with the dark first, and then I'll go over the dark where I don't need it. I need it to be the lighter dark. There. Now, erase just a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's such a small little thing that it's good enough. Where else? Where else? I got the one on the black. Oh. Did I not do any? I didn't do any on this, on the shading layer on the black armor. I love doing these little details. They always come together. Make it look really good at the end. Now, is this my darker color? I guess I could just test it real quick. It's not. I need that darker color. Select that one. I think this is the last area I need to do on for shading. Oh, no. I want to be on the armor red layer. For shading the armor. The highlighting shouldn't take too long, so I think that even if I go over my stream window, I'll finish that today too. I am starting to get hungry though. It's lunchtime. Since I'm eating really light in order to lose fat to do my All Might cosplay, it's like I get really hungry once it's time to eat again, because I didn't eat very much before. Okay, let's save real quick, and then I'll do a highlight layer, and then that'll be all for today. Right? Whenever I actually started bringing my food into my work area, and I have it in a little cooler so that I can just eat it real quick and then get back to work. So with how much sleep I've not been getting, it's been really hard as the day wears on, really hard to stay focused and get stuff done. So if I make it as easy as possible to do those little things like eating, I wonder if that's too bright. I think it might be a little too bright compared to how how bright the let me just erase it. How bright the highlight on the black layer is. That's what I'm trying to say. So for this, for highlights, I'm just going to do like stuff like this. Oh, I don't like that one. No, I don't like it. I want to follow this line. Yes. This is the same thing, just to put this little bit of extra to give it depth, to show that it's a thick piece of metal. And that also makes it stand out and look like it's in front of all this stuff that's off to its sides. So that's good. Just do a couple little ones right there to follow along with this. Where else would be good? Maybe right here. Oops, I meant to follow along the top. No, no, no. Follow this one. Yeah, I like this right here. Okay. What else? What else? Maybe one around here, because this is on top of all this. On top of this too. My grandma's calling. Well, she's gonna have to wait a few minutes. Let's see. She always calls when I can't answer, but maybe that's because I'm always busy. Now, let's do a little one along the side there. I always like doing that. That always makes it look really metallic. I try not to overdo it though, because I'm just shading in a way that I think looks good. I'm not using any reference image for shading. So if I overdo it, I've found in the past that then it tends to look, well, it tends to look overdone. I want it to just, I want people to look at the character and not be distracted by the shading. The shading should just add to the character and not be the focal point. Okay, let's save one more time. I'm looking it over real quick, but I think that's good for the highlight layer. And it's 12:30 exactly by my clock, so that's exactly time to sign off. Thank you, Demonocron and Stressed Out Monk, for joining me in the chat today. It really helped wake me up, and I think I needed waking up because I was just totally out of it when I started. So hopefully I'll see you again some other time. I'll go check out your channel after this, Stressed Out Monk. Thank you for watching.